I never knew I needed this thing. I mean, it's nice, it's cool and all, but I had the S24 Ultra. Why did I get this? I mean, I know why I got this, but I was wrong about it. I thought it was gonna be not as impressive as it is, but it's actually more impressive than I thought it was. So I was actually wrong about my initial thought about this. I was like, oh, it's just a refined S24 Ultra, just in a different box, just a different name. But that's not what I experienced with this thing. And I asked myself, why would I buy anything else besides a Galaxy or at least an S Series Ultra phone? It makes no sense to me. I've been trying to think, why would I buy any other phone at this point? So this is my Galaxy S25 Ultra, and this is my strange, but it all makes sense, conclusion and review of this thing right here. Let's go. All right, so main question we're going to answer in this review is why buy anything else? My first ever S series phone was the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Prior to that, I just had a lot of iPhones and a lot of Z Fold phones. And I know most people are like, well, why would you get the 25? It's basically the 24, but a wee bit different. And I get that. Trust me, I understand if you're asking yourself that question. But there are some things that this phone has that the S24 Ultra doesn't, at least as of yet. So we're gonna get into this really quick. I'm gonna just give you guys my full review of this because I couldn't be like every other YouTuber who did a review on this thing after having it for 1 day, 2 days, even a week. I had to sit with this thing for a while. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you're new or returning, make sure to hit that like button. It's definitely appreciated. This thing started out at about $1,400 for the 512 gigabyte. For the 256 gigabyte, it was about $1,300. And then for the 1 terabyte, it was about $1,600. If you did pre-order this phone, Samsung was offering some amazing deals. I mean, some of the best, if not the best deals on phones I've ever seen. But basically, I got upgraded to the 512 gigabyte because they were having a deal. Basically, for an uptick in storage, you could pay the same price for the 512 gigabyte and the 256 gigabyte. So this is the 512. Do I need that much space? No, I really don't, but it's nice to have. You never know. This is the jet black. This is one of the online exclusive colors. They had a few colors, I think about 4 base colors and then 3 online only colors. So you had, and they're all titanium. You had titanium black, gray, silver blue, white silver, pink gold, jade green. So you can get some cool colors. I decided to go with the jet black because I thought it looked pretty sweet and I was kind of bored with the plain titanium color look. So the weight on this bad boy, what you want to know, what is this going to feel like in your pocket? Is it going to feel like a freaking brick like some other phones? Yes, this is an Ultra phone. It is a bigger phone, but it doesn't feel big. It is actually lighter than the Galaxy S24 Ultra by about 10 or 12 grams or so. I think the Galaxy S24 Ultra was 238 grams maybe, and then this one is 218 grams. So this one is definitely significantly lighter. I had both phones here in this little studio space, so I actually felt the difference of the weight, and yes, you actually do notice that this is a tad bit lighter. So next thing is the display. It's pretty much the same as the, or not pretty much, it is the same as the Galaxy S24 Ultra. You have that dynamic LTPO AMOLED display, but this one is a tick bigger. So the Galaxy S24 Ultra was 6.8 inches. This one is 6.9. Same thing with the screen itself. You have that Gorilla Armor 2. I think with my own little 2 eyeballs, it looks a little bit more vivid and a little bit more rich in color than the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but that's just me. Even though on paper it's statistically the same, but to me it looks a little sharper on this. Now for the chip, it is the same but slightly different. The chip, this has the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, but now this is the one that's titled for Galaxy, so it's specifically for these Galaxy phones. The previous chip was encompassing all types of phones, but this one is specifically for the Galaxy phone, which makes it a tad bit sharper, smoother to utilize. Now, as far as the cameras right here on the back, again, still pretty much the same as the S24 Ultra, but you did get an uptick in one of the cameras, but you can still shoot 4K and 8K video, 60 or 30 frames. That's what most people want to know. Is the camera change or camera bump going to make much of a difference to you? Maybe not really. I mean, as far as you zooming in, are you going to really be zooming in 100 times? Now, this is where it gets interesting. Some of the features on this bad boy. Now, this is including AI, but some of them are just without AI. It has nothing to do with AI. Maybe the Google Pixel might be in the same realm because kind of really the same software, because obviously Samsung and Google have a partnership, but the features on here is what makes this ahead of everything else. So the fingerprint on the phone, the under display fingerprint, it's pretty quick, I would say, for the most part, but in my opinion, it's just okay. It's nothing like crazy. Again, now as far as the AI, I think the AI integration into this phone is very cool and very easy to use. Now, Samsung did say, or supposedly, the AI features that are on this phone and the newer S25s, supposedly that's going to the S24 phones, but that has not happened yet. So until then, we only have this to go off of. Now, the AI is pretty much integrated into every aspect of this phone. And when I say every aspect, I really mean every aspect, from the phone calls to your messages, to searching the internet, to your photos, to just doodling on your phone, to your notes. AI is literally integrated into everything. Now, is that a good thing or bad thing? That's up to you to decide. But from my experience, it was pretty cool to summarize articles. Oh my gosh, that was like the biggest thing for me. I hate when I am looking at an article or I see the headline and I click on the article because the headline interests me. But then whoever wrote the article, they start talking about stuff completely irrelevant or something from the past or last year before they get to the actual juicy parts of what the actual title was bringing people in for in the first place. I love this AI feature where I can just summarize that article and give me the meaty parts that I came there for. With photos, you can delete things, you can move things around in the photo. With messages, you can talk to your AI, to Gemini throughout your messages. It's kind of like ChatGPT. You can just use it regular as well and just ask it random questions and have a dialogue back and forth. You have tons of that with this AI, and I think it's awesome. Samsung did mention about it being free, only for a certain amount of time, and then having to pay. Newsflash, Samsung, I don't know who you think you are, but we're not paying for something that should just be on the phone. And if you're going to make people pay for it, just don't put it on the phone. We don't care that much. Like, we're fine. Meanwhile, Apple has Siri. They haven't mentioned anything about having to pay for Siri Advanced or whatever the case is. So, Samsung, please. Now, as far as the battery, and I'm talking about regular use, okay? If you're one of those people who are just gaming on your phone all day, this part is not for you. This is for people who use this on a day-to-day regular, you know? Say you wake up, you check notifications, you scroll through, you watch some TikToks, you watch some YouTube, you watch some, I mean, it has some playback right here. You watch some videos or whatever, start your day, cool. You ask about the weather, cool. You may be throwing a GPS to get to work or wherever you're going, cool. Once you get to work, hopefully you're actually working, you're not really using your phone that much, but maybe you have a lunch break and then you're making phone calls, watching more media, checking emails, whatever the case is. Go back to work, go home, and then that's when the heavy usage starts. You're looking at more videos, TikToks. You're just going into the rabbit hole on TikTok or something like that. You're calling family, friends, maybe setting up something. Even if you go out, I find myself ending the day with this battery. Again, it's still 5,000 milliamps, same as last year's S24 Ultra model, but with the Snapdragon 8 Elite 4 Galaxy chip, I think it's making the battery a little bit more efficient, because I found myself having a full day's worth of battery and some. So I can probably go a day and a half without charging this thing, which is awesome. And most people are going to run into a charger before that 2-day mark anyway. So a day and a half, I think that's great. Now, as far as the build quality, this is one of the things that some people had an issue with, but how squared off and boxy the Galaxy S24 was. When you sit it in your hand, it was very sharp and it would kind of poke. Not sharp like it would stab you, obviously not, but it was just kind of uncomfortable in the hand. Now with these, it's still squared, but now with these rounded corners, it's a little bit more comfortable to use. Now, as far as these speakers, nothing amazing about the speakers. Are they good? Yeah, they're good, but it's nothing that makes me be like, oh my gosh, did you hear the speakers on the S25? No, but I do think they're pretty loud. So let's play a video really quick. All right, we're gonna turn this volume all the way up, so I want you guys to get the good of the speakers.
But I do like it. I do.
Listen,
Brandon,
speaker up here and down here.
what's going on?
on, everyone, and welcome back to the Gould's Gaming and Tech channel. And I've come to a crazy realization. I've been doing it all. So as you can see, these speakers are very loud. So another controversial thing about this S25 Ultra is this little guy right here. So for some reason, people cared that this S Pen is not Bluetooth. I could care less that it's not Bluetooth. For what I needed this S Pen for, you want to draw on here? Cool, you still can do that. You want to get a little bit more precise when you're editing videos or pictures on here? You can still do that. The only thing you can't do is those air gestures where you can go left, go right, go up, go down, play and pause with the S Pen. But I didn't really use that much often, and that was one of the main things Samsung noted, that hey, most people didn't use those air gestures. That's why we took the Bluetooth out of the S Pen. They're not wrong. Lastly is the customization. I mean, again, that's more of a software thing, and like I said, most of this AI stuff is going to the S24 Ultra anyway. But the customization that Samsung continuously integrates into their devices is the bar. It sets the bar for any type of phone trying to do customization. You can change how your notifications showed to you. You can change your edge lighting. You can change your call background. You can change your messaging color. You can change widgets. You can change so much stuff with this. This is, you make it your own. That's the biggest thing. You make this your own. And like I said, when I originally ordered this or heard about it, I was like, this is probably going to be the S24 Ultra just with the S25 Ultra name on it. Boy, I was wrong. This is one of those things you have to experience for yourself to kind of really see and sink into the differences, because it makes a big difference. So you gotta go to Best Buy, go to Walmart, go somewhere that they have this on display, play with it for a little bit, see how you like it. I guarantee you'll be like, I actually liked it. And if you never had the S24 Ultra and you're trying to figure out which one to get, make it simple for you guys. S24 Ultra should be cheaper now. This one is a little more expensive because it just came out, but it's the same price that the S24 Ultra launched at. But if you want the newest, the latest, the greatest, and all these AI features, you have to go with the S25 Ultra. And in no way, shape, or form is this video sponsored by Samsung. I give my honest reviews, let you guys know what it is, and I don't cheat you guys on the experience of sitting with this phone and not rushing out like a half-thought, half-baked review. This is a real deal over here. But anyways, that is what I think about this. Again, I know you're wondering if you're just tuning in. This is a D-brand skin. It's not a special edition Galaxy S25 Ultra. I just like the D-brand skin. I threw it on here. I like it. But anyways, we're going to be doing tons of customization stuff. So in my next video, I'm probably going to do like a best customization features for this specifically, because there's tons, and it's kind of hard to find those videos on the internet. So I'm going to do you guys a solid and do that all in one video. And I'm also going to do tons of case videos. I have literally probably over 20 cases here. So I'm going to do some reviews for those, so you guys know what's the best case and some different cases you may not think about. So anyways, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought about this review. Are you interested in this phone? Not? Maybe so? I don't know. Anyways, I love you guys as always. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.